Yes, nonsense and analysis. Hmm. Yeah, well, hi once again, dear viewer. And yeah, we are still focusing on the African Individual Championship. Very exciting event. Uh, yeah, today, unfortunately, was not a great day for South Africa. Well, let's start with the women's section. Now, since the last time we had reported was that, in round three. Jesse in the women's section, Jesse was going to play against one of the other Shruk Wafa sisters, Shahanda Shruk, and unfortunately Jesse lost. I wanted to look at the game, but I have a belief that there's possibly problems with the feed. Maybe there's a wrong feed because the game that I saw doesn't make much sense. I mean, first and foremost, the play was not usually how Jesse plays. It was a very theoretical uh, way in which White played. Because Jesse had White, yeah. So it was an open Sicilian, very, very theoretical. And the last position, actually, White is winning. Uh, so it's not understandable how that position would be Jess's game because you get an increment, so there's no way that she could have lost on time as well. So I suspect that possibly we were looking at the wrong game type of thing, right? But nonetheless, well, unfortunately, she lost, and unfortunately, the same time, Ansel also lost. That was a second loss. And then Jessie played today. I mean, she was still within striking distance, one would say. But unfortunately, she lost uh, uh, round four again. So she lost round three, and then she lost round four, unfortunately. So yeah, she has to come back. She definitely has it within her to come back, but now psychologically it's very difficult to lose two games in a row, and this is what many players who have not played at a competitive level don't understand that in many cases it's a psychological battle, right? You 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 lose a game and then look emotionally, mentally you tell yourself, okay, I must get over this game, but emotionally you keep dwelling on it, your mind keeps going back, and you lose a lot of energy, and so the next game you're not able to play at your full strength, and so that's just with one loss. With two losses, even more, and so very tough. But she's experienced. She has to somehow switch off in terms of thinking about the tournament and just think purely about the chess. She now has to say, okay, how do I play better? How do I play well? And take it one game at a time and forget about the whole situation, the whole tournament situation. It will resolve itself. If she just claws her way, if she wins three games in a row, she will be back. And the same goes for Ansel there. So good luck to them. Tough. The only advantage is that they will not play each other again, right? Because they've already played against each other. Right. Let's go now to the open section. Open section, very exciting. Here's what happens. In round three, Michael Simpson actually beats his opponent, and he takes the lead of the tournament. He took the lead of the tournament. So exciting. You know, he so Michael Simpson had 3 points, and the rest of the group they had two and a half. So we would have expected, if we're hoping for something to happen, then the tournament must be stopped, and he wins. But okay, that's just a joke, of course. I mean, it goes on. So he was on board one, and then he had to play none other than Amin Passam, Super GM. And uh, he played with the black pieces. Let's have a look at the game. Um, I think that, he was psychologically overawed. I think the occasion somehow we will look at his game. His game, he played really not as strong as he can. And I think that the moment was just too big for him somehow. The lead, the playing on board one, leading the tournament, and all this, it had a negative effect on him. Let's have a look at the game. So Bassem plays white, and Bassem plays e4, c5, so it's a Sicilian, and Bassem plays c3. Although Bassem does play, he plays a lot of stuff. He plays bishop, b5 check. He does also play d4 into the open Sicilian, but he likes these closed systems. He knows them pretty well, and he loves playing them. So he plays this one, and there's a signal that white will play bishop to d3, then pull the bishop back to c2, and then at some point take the center. Of course, knight takes e4 is not possible because of queen a4 check, yeah? Checking and takes the knight. Well, I can put it for some viewers because the knight is hanging now, yeah? Check, and then the queen will capture the knight, of course. So knight c6, bishop d3, e5, bishop c2, d5. Very interesting way of playing. Theoretically speaking, I play the Sicilian, and I've not seen this way. I think it's a very nice idea by Black, and it seems to be a very interesting idea and the way forward. I will have to inspect this further. So Bassem plays d3. So what is happening is that Bassem is playing a reversed King's Indian, Old Indian. So Old Indian, let's go back here. And so the Old Indian would be something like white plays d4, black plays knight f6, white plays c4, plays d6, knight c3, knight d7, knight f3, e5, e4. This is the Old Indian, you see. So we have a similar position, except that now Bassem has a bishop on here, which makes a little bit of a difference. But okay, nonetheless, it shouldn't be earth-shattering. But as we see, yeah, the bishop is on c2. So bishop e7, castles, and he obviously immediately wants to make sense of the position, and he decides that he's going to try and figure out a way where he can make that difference maybe to tell, yeah? So he takes on d5, plays rook e1, logical move, and he plays bishop a4. So he wants to take on c6 and then take on e5. Bishop f6 is played. This is actually a very nice way to play, because the thing is that Black, the way he played later on, I don't think he was sacrificing a pawn, but I think the right approach is for Black to want to sacrifice the pawn on e5. Why am I saying that? Well, let's look at white structure. The pawn on d3 is a potential. It's actually weak because it's not defendable by a pawn, and the bishop on a4 is a defender of this pawn. So our compensation would be we give you the pawn, but we get the white squares in return. So, for example, here, Bassem plays knight d2, because if bishop takes d6, queen takes d6 seems to be pretty okay. And to play like this, maybe, yeah, and maybe rook d8, something like this. This is some good compensation. I will maybe move the rook away, put my bishop on f5, attack this square d3, and very nice compensation for Black, yeah. White's pieces are not out, and it's very difficult to move them out because the bishop, where will it move to? You cannot move to d2. You cannot move to g5 because of f6. You cannot. It's a very difficult position. Anyway, that's why Bassem plays knight d2. He just wants to get out with his pieces. Rook d8 is very interesting. Bishop takes c6, and here, unfortunately, we were denied a big battle because it would have been interesting, of course, for Michael to take with the queen on c6 and to say, okay, look, you've shattered the two bishops, because if you take with the pawn, positionally speaking, okay, like it happens in the game, White has got in compensation and more because your structure is ruined. So if you take with the queen, it's still very interesting because now, okay, like knight takes e5, for example, I don't think he would have taken this pawn, by the way. Then because now we have a knight f4, right? So maybe f6, and where do we put the rook? I don't know. I'm just making a wild example, and maybe knight f4. Look at this position. Look at this position. I mean, anybody will take the black pieces here in this position, right? It's fantastic position, good compensation, threatening mate, threatening d3. Things are happening. Of course, Bassem would not have taken, I mean, on e4. Possibly he would make more pressure. Knight c4 or knight e4, I don't know. But nonetheless, if black plays with this concept that I don't mind giving away the pawn, and but already look, he's taken the bishop, right? Black has got two bishops, so nice concept, and just to attack the white squares. This would have been the way. This would have been the way. This would have made the game very interesting. But and I think on a normal day, without all the pressure and the leading of the tournament and playing the first seed, the best player from Africa for a long time, blah 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 blah, all these external factors. I think if Michael had managed to calm himself down, he would have been able to analyze the position along these lines. But I think now, pawn takes c6. In no world is it making any sense. In no world. Because okay, well, how do you want to attack? Knight goes to c4. Now e5 is under attack. Already black is struggling here. E4 is just a pure blunder. Maybe he was, but then it is naive, a little bit naive, yeah, to expect white to miss e4. We are not playing a weak player. And but the thing about e4, the problem is that it is black who misses something. The back rank is very weak. So white just plays very simple, move queen e2. And now you cannot take on d3 because you get checkmated, unfortunately. Yeah, this is a big miss, yeah? This is a big miss. He will not forgive himself, Michael, for missing this. This is the big opportunity. It's too big a miss to play e4. Queen e2, and now you have to sacrifice a pawn. But there is no compensation, yeah? Rook e6, e5, knight b6, b3. Okay, he's trying to kick around, but there is no kicking around to be done. It's just a central pawn. It's a pawn, a central pawn, and where still you have double pawns. I mean, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Let's put it that way. Yeah, he's trying to make a game of it. There is no game to be made of. Knight d6 protecting the pawn. He can resign. f6 takes on c5. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. So yeah, that was unfortunately that. Okay, so he lost. He still, yeah. Look now, the issue. There are now a number of players on 3.5. The two GMs. Grandmaster Adli, by the way, he dropped in round 2. He lost a game. Then he came back, and I think for the winner of the Moja, Chola Musonda, he was unlucky because he met in the last round Ahmed Adli, and he lost again. I think also that I tried to check the game. I don't think it is there's something wrong with the feed as well, because the feed shows that he lost very quickly. I mean, but whenever that happens, then there is something wrong. But anyway, he lost. So anyway, back to Michael Simpson. Yeah, he's got three. You know, the thing about these tournaments, um, you need to everybody in the tournament is looking at where they will get points from. Right? Now, generally speaking, when you get to such a tournament, because it's very strong players playing, you generally in your mind know, okay, this guy is strong, that guy is strong, that guy is strong. And then it will happen during the tournament that something will happen. For example, one of the weak players, or weak, I mean, not Elo favorites, right? Or with a reputation before, performs well. And if they perform well and they keep performing well for 2 or 3 rounds, then in your mind, you accept them as one of the key players in the tournament. So the advantage of this is that even in some positions where you felt like, okay, I could make something risky to go for it, But if you play against one of the players, you won't go for that risk, because now you have respect for the player. So likelihood of throwing in sometimes a little bit difficult positions is there, and. So, but the way that Michael lost this game, uh, unfortunately, the other participants, they are licking their lips, because he still has 3 points. And the point is that with such a tough field, when you have 3 points, the leaders, I think 4 leaders, they now have 3.5. He's got 3. Well, and other players. But what I mean is, it's difficult to get points. So when he's got 3, whoever gets him after this display is going like, you know what? If I don't beat this guy, where else am I going to get the points after this? So this is the point. It was just a little bit too soft, and he did himself a disservice. But nonetheless, the tournament is long, and he certainly can fight back, and he should try to fight back. And we wish him all the best. Right. So the next round is going to be at 6. We are going to follow, and yeah, let's have a look at what is going to happen. Hopefully, the disaster for the South Africans will end in the following round, and they will all get a chance to come back. Yeah. So yeah, that was it then, dear viewer, and yeah, I'll be looking closely at the tournament, and please do keep an eye out, and we'll be discussing some games, interesting games that will come up, and yeah, till then, yeah, what I will say is, for now, checkmate.